Point of no return, point of no return. Welcome back, man. We know too much, we've seen too much, we've been through too much, we are experiencing way too much. God to reveal himself to us over and over again for us to go back to the way we used to be, the way we used to think, react, and respond to life, man. It's your Holy Ghost homeboy Slim. It's a lot MM, simply living in my moment, which means yesterday is gone, tomorrow's never promised. So all you have is right now, this moment, and I hope you fully living in yours because I'm fully living in mine, man. Just back with another quick word. You got the right stuff. You have patience and assertiveness, humility and strength. You are forgiving yet authoritative. You have empathy and you're resilient. You're a lover and a fighter. You have courage and the talent. You have beauty but you're balanced. You're a giver and a builder. You have power and you have grace. You are creative, but you know that you are nothing without the creator, God. You know what I'm saying? Got the right stuff. You have a lens on life that most people don't have the opportunity to see until expressed and shared with and through your point of view. Despite what the world has chosen to give you and take from you, the best of you still remains. The enemy attempted to hijack your life and turn it, all your gifts and abilities against you. You feel me? Everything that you used to think was wrong with you and why am I like this and why God made me like this and why I can't get rid of this or why I feel this way, why, all these things that used to tear you up or used to disrupt you, or used to make you really want to be like the next person, make you want to be like the average Joe, make you want to be normal. But once you got with God and you realized that you had power and you had a unique ability to serve the only way that you know how to serve, bro, you start really just seeing it as superpowers and strengths, is not weakness. You have been divinely engineered to not only deliver the truth, but embody it. Your honesty and your willingness to exercise your God-given free will to do the right thing is not common. It's not common, bro. That's why people be so baffled and they be so taken back by your simplest gestures, holding a door open, telling somebody good morning, telling somebody how you doing, just making eye contact with people, smiling, doing all the little things. It ain't normal, man. And then you just want to help and you just want to see people in the best position they could possibly be in life. You're not a hater. You're not a backbiter. You're not a backstabber. You know what I'm saying? You celebrate other people's victories. You celebrate other people's blessings and breakthroughs. You know what I'm saying? And you really root for the best to happen to people, regardless of what you're going through or what you've been taking through. You even have compassion and forgiveness for your enemies. You that type of person. You choosing to put God first and trust him at his word has been confirmed through your restraint to go against the ways and the will of God. No matter how much you hurt, no matter how much you get disrespected, no matter when you got to stand your ground and you got to do what you need to do in order to preserve and protect what's yours, you still standing on righteous ground. You still could have done more. You still could have took it up. You still could have took it left, but you showed grace and you showed compassion. You showed mercy because that's the same thing that God showed you. Jesus died for all of us. God smiles on the just and the unjust. So you handle situations and you handle moments, but ultimately you filter it out and you let the past be the past and you keep going toward what God got for you. And the only way you can do that, you got to unload and you got to empty yourself and your being of things, people, and places that don't belong to God, that don't belong to you, that don't belong to your destiny, that don't belong to your future. You know what I'm saying? And you're not holding on to what happened in this grade or this moment with this chick, with this man, with this job. Nah, you can think about it, it might hit your mind, but it's not affecting you or stopping you from doing what you need to do right now and what you need to do for the future. You know what I'm saying? So you just keep going. You call it all as a charge to the game. You took your losses, but through those losses you learned. So those learning experiences really is what's giving you victories, because you know how not to make that same mistake. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really just adapt, accommodate, assimilate, and then you make everything yours, because at all times you be 100% you. So it don't matter what you're doing. You're not going to do it like nobody else. You're not going to say it like nobody else. You feel me? You're not going to walk it down like nobody else. You're going to do it just like you. And that's what makes you feel comfortable, being able to express and being able to exist just as you are. You know what I'm saying? We know how to turn it down and tone it down, depending on the location and the setting and where we at. But at all times, we always us. Furthermore, you made God your friend, and his friends became your friends, and yours became his. It became more than just a normal relationship, and through this bond, promises and new covenants were established, and now he's about to bring forth everything that he showed you and told you. You had to go through it. You had to see it. You had to experience it in order to be able to be more of a blessing and more of a benefit to others. See, the enemy intended what you go through to break your heart and to break you down, but God flips it. He shows you, and he increases your compassion. He increases your empathy. He increases your love. He increases your patience with others, because you going through what you're seeing other people go through. So you know exactly what to say. You know exactly what to do. You know exactly where to place yourself. You feel me? You can see and spot a broken heart from a mile away. You can see and spot a needing soul. You one of God's own people, you know what I'm saying? You can see the lost and misled and the misguided and misdirected a mile away. And it's a sacred language. It's an unspoken language that you have between your soul and theirs. And that's the God in you. That's the light in you that's seeking out people who need, people who want, people who desire just to be in the presence of God, to hear a word from God, to get some relief, to get some peace. That's what you are going to be for God. You feel me? So no matter where you go, God is always with you. So that's why you be feeling the way you feel and thinking the way you think. And you could pick up on other people's feelings and thoughts and what they're going through without even knowing them. You can be right here, but still touch somebody thousands of miles away. You feel me? And that's because it's the God that you allow to live in you. Let me see. And what God has spoke is shown you is so. You got all the right stuff. That heart of yours is what sets you apart. Don't nobody care as much as you do. Can't nobody love more than you do. Your passion to assist and serve the Lord is the same for his people, and that is why he loves you most. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, he knows that you ain't just doing this for him. You ain't just doing this for Jesus. You feel me? You ain't just doing this to rank up or to level up or get some brownie points so you can take a shortcut in life. No. You doing this because this is who you really are. You can't help but to care, but to be compassionate, but to help, but to serve, but to assist, but to be a wingman, but to be somebody cheerleader. You can't help but to be that because that's what God put in you. And once you discover that and you start telling yourself, man, I care too much. Nah, man, you're supposed to care, because if you don't care, who gonna care? If you don't love, who gonna love? If you don't tell the truth, who gonna tell the truth? You know what I'm saying? There's so many people doing the opposite of what God wants us to be. So you represent that truth, and you represent that straight line that leads to that narrow path, bro. Remember, they going to a place where it's a packed line. It's a packed line. So you walking in rare air. You walking in places and positions that people spiritually and mentally, bro, they don't really get to achieve in life because they don't surrender themselves, bro, to the higher power, to the one that created them. They really don't. They scared. It's an unknown. It's times where you want God to do it right then and right now, and if he don't, then you say and swear that he not real. If things that's bad happen in your life and you feel like if God loved you, he would have stopped it, and all these things, we allow these things to get in the way of the healing, get in the way of the purpose why you miss it all, because you're so mad and you're so angry and you're so upset. You should just sit there and just listen to him. And he might not even disclose to you why. But during that time, you learning how to let go. You learning how to make peace. You learning how to find balance. You learning how to move on. You learning how to build your strength. You learning how to find you again. You learning how to discover an identity beyond that trauma, beyond that thing that tore you away from God in the first place. So he's trying to rebuild and reconnect and reestablish that relationship so he can get you to see the beauty in yourself and the beauty in life again, so you can really live. Because right now it's a lot of people sleep. It's a lot of people that think they happy because they have all the material and the physical things, but on the inside they have nothing, because without those material and physical things, then they will feel worthless. But we know that we've been doing the internal work and eternal work. So when we receive these physical and material things, they just gonna serve a purpose, man. And we gonna use everything we are to make somebody else's life better. You feel me? That's why we here. God knows that with you being blessed, you will be a blessing to others. And that, my friend, is all that he needed to know. You didn't allow the perils of life to keep you from your purpose. That's the whole reason why we're here, man. You always find your way back to source. Your infinite stage has truly begun. Your thoughts, your ideas, your actions that you're doing right now has shattered the plans of the enemy. So now you have a future, bro. And your generations that's after you, that will be here long gone after you, will have a future too. You know what I'm saying? So you're doing great work. So that's why you've been feeling different. That's why things been feeling heavy. That's why you've been feeling weird. That's why I've been feeling like you've been having an out-of-body experience, because things is truly shifting for your bloodline. Things is truly shifting, and it's making its way from the spiritual realm to the physical realm. So you about to receive all these blessings, bro. You about to receive all these opportunities, all these things that you've been seeing in your dreams, seeing in your thoughts and your prayers, and these conversations and interactions with God. They about to be so. You are living proof that God is real. Through you, mighty miracles are about to be birthed, bringing forth a reawakening of our spiritual powers within us. Like, you just leading the way. You just showing people just how to surrender and know that you nothing without God, and therefore you'll be the most powerful you can never be. You know what I'm saying? Once you just allow God to do what he do, once you accept who you are, once y'all want the same thing and y'all see the same thing, it's gonna be so. You know what I'm saying? And that's where you find your peace. That's where you find your harmony. That's where you find your balance. That's where you truly find your fulfillment in life, when you're doing exactly what you was created to do. You're not in conflict with yourself. You are showing people how to discover their own song again. That sound, that frequency, that praise and worship that only you and you can produce, bro. That song, a song when God can feel that you are entering to his gates with thanksgiving, because you know God and only God is doing this in this season for you. Only God has brought you this far. Only God has kept you, saved you. Only God has preserved you. Only God has kept your mind going the right way, kept your limbs and you active, you healthy. You know what I'm saying? You can do for yourself, you can do for others. You're not in the position that other people been in. There's people who've been through less, but they look, feel me, like they toe up. Is people that's younger than you, but they look so much older than you, and that's because they haven't been relying on God to continue to renew their strength and give them what they need to continue to be fresh daily. You got to keep going to them every day. Like, you can't stop this relationship. You feel me? You can't fake that type of emotion, and you can't fake that type of praise. You can't, you can thank him because y'all got through it together. It's an understanding, and God cries because he knows how much you overcame and how much you went through just to get to him, so these things can be done. So he applauds you. It's like, you feel me? He crying because he knows. So he moving, he gonna bless you, and he giving you everything that you need. You had to go through him to discover and remain who you were created to be. He bet the whole heaven on you because you got the right stuff. You delighted yourself in the Lord, and now it's time to receive the desires of your heart, man. So all those things, man, everything in you, you were uniquely made. You were peculiar. You were a strange kind of person, but that's the type of person that God is. You feel me? You can't have these miracles and all these things that will blow your mind if you're not even up that. You can only produce what you believe. You can only bring forth what you put faith in. You can only receive what you know that you have. You know what I'm saying? So just continue to be exactly who you are, because why? You got the right stuff. Till next time, Slim.